Hey, how are you? Hope you're doing fabulous today. I have an interesting question to ask you. So, you probably have all the pieces to your healthy lifestyle puzzle, but they're not fitting together. Do you know why? That's what we're going to talk about today. I know that you know the basics. I know that this is not your first rodeo. And I know that it can be really frustrating when you feel like you're doing all the right things, but you're not getting the results you want. So I'm going to give you the key question to ask today and help you put those pieces all together nice and neatly. So thanks for joining me today. My name is Heather. I am the owner of HT Transformations. I am a personal trainer, nutrition, and lifestyle coach, and I specialize in helping female leaders prioritize self-care without sacrifice. So, what am I asking you about today? You have all the pieces of the puzzle. You know that you need to eat well. You know that you need to exercise. You know you need to have your head in the right place. And you're doing those things, or so you think, but it's not working. Why? Why is it not getting you where you want to go? Let's take them apart piece by piece. So the first one, I hear this all the time. I eat really clean. I'm sure you do. But what does clean mean? Clean can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. The problem is that what works for your body may not work for someone else's. So the version of clean eating that you are doing may be working against you. I've talked about this before. I've talked about how some people's bodies just don't appreciate certain foods. Certain foods just don't agree with you. And it's not that you're allergic to it. It's that you have a sensitivity to it. And when you consume that food, your body has a negative reaction to it. It can be something mild like a headache or maybe some bloating. It can be something extreme like a really bad gastrointestinal issue. If you don't know what you don't know, then you can't fix it. A lot of times, though, that stuff aside, it may not be what you're eating, but how and when. What do I mean by that? If you are the type of person who is, has coffee for breakfast and doesn't have lunch until 2 o'clock and then, is starving and inhales their food really fast and potentially overeats and then feels guilty about it and then doesn't eat the rest of the day, your body's not getting consistent fuel. If you're the type of person who has a good breakfast in the morning, but then gets busy and forgets to eat all day long, and then you're starving, and again, you inhale everything late at night, that's not a good idea either. And you're saying to me, well, no, I'm not any of those things. I eat how I'm supposed to eat. Okay. How is that? How are you supposed to eat? What even is that? I'll tell you how you're supposed to eat. You're supposed to eat how your body needs you to eat. I know that doesn't sound like a very good answer, but that's the truth. Some people's bodies need fuel consistently through the day. Some people do better, with a 14-hour fasting window and then putting everything in 10. My question, remember I told you there was one question that I wanted you to ask yourself about all of these things. The question is, can you sustain it? Is it something you can do all the time, forever and ever and ever? Can you live without carbs for the rest of your life? Can you live without meat for the rest of your life? Whatever this eating style you have chosen, can you sustain it? If you cannot sustain it, that is why it's not working. Okay, the second one, exercise. Here's another thing I hear I work out regularly. I exercise all the time. First of all, good job. Great job doing something that helps your body. I don't care what you're doing. I'm happy that you're doing something. Just like eating, though, how and what you do is everything. Your body needs different things at different times. So maybe you love running and you run all the time, but you don't lift a lot of weights. That can have a negative effect. That can actually do the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you love lifting weights, but cardio is just like hell on earth to you. Without the cardio, you may not be getting the results you need. So whether it's weight training, high intensity interval training, cardio, low intensity steady state, core, stretching, you need it all. And that sounds overwhelming, doesn't it? How the hell am I going to fit all that in? I can barely get to the gym 3 days a week. I can help you with that first. But you can do it. You can fit it all in and you can get a good mix in there. And you can figure out, again, what works for your body. Because if you don't know what works for your body and you're just doing what somebody said worked for them, it may not be working for you. Another thing you should be aware of is that your body adapts after 4 weeks. So whatever you're doing, your body is probably used to it already. So you got to change it up. How are you challenging your body? I'm not saying you have to do completely different workouts every day. I'm saying every few weeks or more often, ladies especially, you need to adjust your workout according to what your body needs in the moment. And lastly, the question that you need to ask yourself is, can you sustain it? If your plan is to run 10 miles every day for the rest of your life, I'm certain you're not going to want to sustain that. There's going to be times when your body says no. If your plan is to do, 2 hours of HIIT training every week, first of all, your body won't do that. And secondly, it may not be sustainable. So make sure, just like an eating plan, that your workout plan is sustainable. Okay, the third piece, the mindset. Now, mindset, it's everything. I preach on it all the time. It's something that I've said more and more and more about lately. And it's becoming more commonplace, more acceptable in the world to say that you meditate, that you journal, or something like that, which is great. I'm so happy that it's becoming mainstream now to do that sort of thing. And maybe you're doing that too. And you're saying, okay, so I eat clean, I exercise every day, and I do my mindset stuff. First, congratulations on doing something positive for you. Second, can you sustain it? Is your stuff that you're doing sustainable? So if you have decided to get up early every day and work on meditation, that's awesome. Is it something you're going to be willing to do forever? If it is next to impossible to get yourself out of bed every morning early, either to exercise or meditate or whatever, ask yourself, is this sustainable? Can I do it long term? Or am I just kidding myself? Maybe early morning is not your time. And that's okay. There is a huge difference in being positive and taking positive action. Like I said, it's becoming more mainstream to meditate and journal and all these things. And that's fantastic. But there's a little bit of a misconception there where people start to think, I'm just a positive person. I'm just going to be positive and everything will be great. Everything isn't great until you take the action with the positive mindset. So here are some things that you can consider. If you want to make a change, ask yourself, is it a must or a should? Is it, I must lose this weight? This weight has to go? Or is it, I should lose this weight? If it's a should, it's not going to happen. I'll just tell you that. Then ask yourself, is this something that you personally must do? It sounds great to say everybody should exercise or everybody should eat healthy or everybody should meditate every day. But is this something that you have to do? This is something that you have got to put in your life or take out of your life. If it's something that you should do, it's not going to happen. But if it's something that, yes, I have to do this, I'm going to do this. This is there's no negotiation. Then it's going to happen for you. And lastly, this is the hard one. Are you convinced that it's possible? Do you believe that you can lose the weight? Do you believe that you can run a marathon? Do you believe that you can do whatever it is that you're trying to do? Because if you don't believe it, ain't nobody else going to believe it, and it's not going to happen. And I told you the most important question, is it sustainable? If it's not sustainable, you're not going to do it. Giving up sugar for the rest of your life is not sustainable. Giving up whatever for the rest of your life, or doing something every day for the rest of your life, is not sustainable. So if you want to make some positive changes in your life, if you want to be healthier, if you want to move forward, make sure it's sustainable. Make sure it fits your body and your lifestyle, and make sure it's something that you absolutely must do. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that helps you fit the pieces of the puzzle together instead of having them all scrambled on the table. As always, please reach out and let me know if I can help you make those puzzle pieces fit better. I would love to hear from you if something I said was inspirational or a light bulb moment for you. And I can't wait to see your progress down the road. So good luck, and make sure it's sustainable.